Adam Johnson of Fairness and Accuracy in Reporting wrote a great article in Alternet that I want to share with you. Washington Post can't stop running op-eds by lobbyists pushing their clients' weapons. They never disclose conflicts of interest. So the Washington Post in recent times, as many of you may have noticed, has been putting the sub-headline under all of their headlines, democracy dies in darkness. So that's under all of their posts. And they're doing that because it's a hit on Trump. It's an attack on Trump. Like, look at this authoritarian guy over here. Democracy dies in darkness. We need transparency. That's what we need. But then they do this. So it's just comical. They're like, democracy dies in darkness. You got to have transparency. And then they run articles by people who they pretend are experts who are just lobbyists for the defense industry who are trying to push their weapons. Yeah, democracy dies in darkness. So does the media. And you love having the media be dark as dark can be. Okay, so here's what Adam Johnson says. The Washington Post has published, without any disclosure, an op-ed by Podesta Group lobbyist Stephen Raidmaker, publishing for weapons made by Raidmaker's client, Lockheed Martin. This is the third time in 2 months that the Post has published op-eds by defense industry lobbyists. 2 previous op-eds were by staff columnist and BGR lobbyist Ed Rogers on behalf of Raytheon. In early April, after President Trump decided to bomb a Syrian Air Force base using Raytheon missiles, Raytheon lobbyist Ed Rogers took to the opinion section of Washington Post to lavish praise on the president. Rogers' lobbying firm, BGR, received $120,000 in 2016 for lobbying on defense and communication procurement, defense appropriations, and authorizations for Raytheon. So as far as disgusting, corrupt tricks go, this is as bad as it gets. We've seen this on Fox News, for example, sometimes on CNN and NBC. What they do is they'll have on like a former general. They'll have on some, prestigious, it's honorable to have this person here. They don't disclose that this person is now working as a lobbyist for Raytheon or Boeing or Lockheed Martin. And then that person will go out there and say, isn't it great when the president does these attacks on countries that didn't attack us? Isn't it wonderful when we do these interventions and start bombing people? And don't we care about human rights and democracy? We should do more of this. So they go out there and push for policies that would benefit the bottom line of their companies that they're lobbying for. And nobody says anything. It's put forward as, what do you mean? This is just an expert. Who are you to disagree? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This guy's a general. This guy worked in the industry. This guy, all that stuff. And then they don't let you know, they have a financial conflict of interest to push in this direction. They don't tell you. So again, they say democracy dies in darkness. Yeah, democracy dies in darkness. We need transparency. The media as well. You're going to have somebody run, I love bombings, and you don't say, hey, this guy works for bombmaker.com. Like, oh God. But that's the point, guys, is the rot is so deep that nobody bats an eyelash at this. Nobody cares. It's just, what do you mean? Money runs everything. Do you not get it? Of course. That's the way our politics functions. All of our top politicians are bought. You have the media is totally bought. And then they wonder, they're like, fuck, man, corporate media is like, we're not doing as well as we used to do. It's weird. Yeah, really weird. You run articles by people who make money to push war, and lo and behold, they're for war, and people don't really trust you. Strange. So, we're trying to be the solution to this. Unfortunately, the internet has an upside and a downside. The upside of the internet, I'd like to think, is outlets like ours, independent media, new media. The downside is, WorldNet Daily, InfoWars. The Sandy Hook is a hoax crowd. The Obama is a literal demon. Hey, look, a demon ran in front of the camera when Obama got off his plane in Kenya. Like, there's the downside of the internet is you could find anything, anybody saying anything. The most ridiculous, out-of-this-world conspiracy theories that make no sense and just aren't true. You can find that, but you could also find the best information and the people who are most objective and care most about the facts and helping regular people. So there's an upside and a downside of the internet, and I fully understand that. But there's no way that corporate media is the model going forward. There's no way that mainstream media is the model going forward. Because they're a joke. I mean, they've become a joke. And usually I spare my wrath. Like, I don't heap it on print outlets, because print outlets are typically better than CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, and CBS, and NBC, and ABC. Usually they're better, print outlets. But this is an instance where you could say, Washington Post is right up there with the worst offenders on TV, on corporate media on TV. Because this is a way to try to push war and mask it in faux expert bullshit. Like, don't worry, go watch TV or something, go eat a sandwich, pay no attention to what the leaders are doing. So they want to start wars with countries that didn't attack us. Don't worry your pretty little mind about that. Here, we have a guy who's paid by the defense contractors who are not going to disclose that fact to push for war, and you'll think he's an expert and everything will be okay. No, that's not okay.